That's a lot of water. All right, Shane and I are going out to check out the river. We have some massive flooding going on. We had a pretty bad rain and windstorm yesterday. So the river is projected to go up to 21 feet. Okay, so it typically runs around 8 feet. We're gonna get up to 21 feet, and I'm not exactly sure what it's at currently, but it is up there. So this might be the highest I ever see the river in my lifetime. All right, so we are stopped off at this bigger field in Lewiston, and the river water has already gotten this high. So these telephone poles are completely underwater. That little shrub out there is usually the banking, and then it drops down probably what, about 8 to 10 feet from where that little shrub is. And that's the actual river banking. So we have really come up here. Parts of the field, when we get further down, are gonna be underwater. We did lose a canoe, so we'll see if we can find that along the way here. So we're gonna keep going. So we're in Lewiston. This is our big field. We're heading down to the last field. So it looks like we are not going to be able to even get to the last field here, because everything is flooded. I did bring my hip waders, so I'll see if maybe I can get across here. The water has come up into the tree line here, and then crossing over our road, and we're flooded in here. The last field is like completely underwater. I don't know if you can see these little pink flags in there. Those little pink flags are actually where our little road is. And like I said, on the other sides of this pink little flag here, it drops down almost probably 12, maybe more feet. And then that level is where the river is supposed to be at. But this is pretty soft. I don't know if I'll be brave enough to try and walk that. All right, that's as far as I can go in these boots. All right, so we are gonna go over to Auburn across the river and check out what the property looks like over there. And then when we come back through, I'm gonna put my waders on and see how far I can go out to look at that. I really wanna look at that last field. I think the entire field is completely underwater. Worst case scenario is I can go in from the other side through the woods and get a peek at it. So I might do that. Yep. Getting ready to cross the Auburn-Lewiston bridge here. Probably saw me drive over it in a potato truck. So we're on our way up the road here. Last night we got a call from a friend that said that they heard over a police scanner that part of our building was in the road. So we packed our stuff up and went over and checked out Auburn. Everything was fine. Turns out it was our neighbor farm here. And I'm gonna show you guys what this looks like. Couple telephone poles went with it. I'm not exactly sure where that barn was, but I think it went up and over some of the damage from the high winds. So luckily it was not our building. That was pretty scary, get that phone call. So everything in our property seems okay as far as building structure wise. We lost a little bit of metal roofing on some sheds out back our house, but nothing too bad. The farm seems okay too, but this is our neighbor's property, so they were not as fortunate as us. A lot of water over here too. Wow, it's not gonna be long before this is over the road here.
Yeah, they're just waiting to close the road.
Yeah, they are. So it probably won't be long before they close this road that we're on here. It looks like part of the road is already in the water. So we are gonna try and get by so we can see our field. Hopefully we can make it back. This one lane road up here. Won't be long. I'm gonna try something here. Well, I am a little scared, but oh man. Getting in. I've got my hip waders on. We'll see how far I dare go. I don't really want to go higher than my waist, but I'm getting close. Now it's gonna keep going down. So I'm in here. I've waded in, I don't know, 20-something feet in from where the road is. And I have my tractor parked here in a couple other videos, and I'm not even down the road entrance here, and I'm already this far in. I don't know as though I'll go much further, but just goes to show how much water is in our field right now. Yeah, it's still going down a little bit. I think I have hit the road though. So yeah, I think I'm about the road that we drive down on right now, and it's waist deep here. So, you know, thank goodness that we don't have things planted. We've gotten flooded twice this year, and that's really not that common, but both times we have not had crops in the ground, so thank goodness for that. You know, we were fortunate that we haven't had any damage to our actual crops or harvested. So we're lucky. Once again, you know, here we are, another flood this year. 2023 has not been a great year for Lewiston, Auburn, Durham, Maine. There's a lake in here. And the water is all the way up to the pivot. So all of this water in here is actually water that has come in from under the culverts from the other side of the river. And that's what happens, is it floods all of this. And you know, it'll go down. I think we're supposed to get, honestly, I think we're supposed to get a few more feet of water. So it's gonna be kind of scary. There's gonna be some serious flooding here in the area. That's a lot of water. I stopped over here. This is the gas line station. There's a lot of water flowing in through here. So this is a field that we actually left a couple rows of yellow potatoes up here. So you can see these potatoes were left in the ground here. And we will just till them over in the spring. They weren't harvestable because there was too much moisture in the dirt while they were growing, and there was some rot. This is a boat launch down there. We drove just past that, completely flooded into the field here. And I have a feeling that this is gonna be one of those flood years that we remember by the year. So the Androscoggin River flooding, 2023. right, that is us pulling in over in Auburn at the farm facility. So there's the farm building. We are gonna go down and check out this irrigation site. So we usually park the tractor out there by the bigger tree there. That's where the tractor's usually parked. And this is kind of a steep slope here, so I'm not gonna go down this. This would be well over my head here. At least the sun is out. All right, we'll continue on. Check out some more sites on the way by when we head back to Lewiston. So we're gonna go check out the falls here in Auburn. We are not the only people doing this. There's a lot of people out today looking at all of the flood. The water is impressive. We'll walk over. This is downtown in Auburn, and then there's a bridge to cross over to go into Lewiston. The waterfalls here, oh, I can see it already. This is awesome. A lot of water. So we were just standing way over there up near the top of the falls. I never really found the time to talk about it, but I mean, we're gonna drive past it right now. So I'm sure everybody heard about the shooting that happened here in Lewiston, Maine. And one of the locations where the shooter is right on our way to work every day. It's just a couple miles down the road from our house, and we're gonna be going past it right now. So that was Schmeggy's Bar and Grill, and we did have family members that were actually there that day. Okay, so on our drive over to Auburn, water was rising, and now we're on our way back to Lewiston, to the farm, and the road is underwater here. That is the first time I have ever seen that. How many times have you seen that?
Well, the road used to be a lot lower there, so it used to happen a couple times a year, but they raised the road up probably 6 or 8 feet.
Yeah.
So it hasn't happened since then.
I can see the water from here. It's like a lake in our field. I'm walking in from the back side of the field here. This road here is the pipeline, gas line road. And I can see already that this field is completely underwater. It is a lake.
Whole entire field.
Yep, the entire field is underwater. All right, so I'm gonna put my waders on and go out there, see how deep it is. I'll talk a little bit about flooding in cropland. So I think that people feel both ways about it. For us, when the river floods into our farmland, you know, we think that it brings some more nutrients into the soil. Of course, it's going to wash away some of that as well, but the land along the river is always sought after for crop fields for a reason. And rivers flood, and the soil here is definitely better soil to grow crops in. So I don't think that this is going to be any issue for us. We will test the soil in the fields every spring, like we do anyways, to check for what nutrients we might be low in. So, you know, we might have to put some different things back into the ground because of this, but it might have brought us some more things that we needed. All right, so maybe I'm about 50 feet in from where the water is over there, and it's already up to my waist. I will say that these waist waders are good. I only used them one time in our duck pond, and that was actually really sketchy and scary because it was so gross in the bottom. But this feels like it's a little soft in the bottom too. But I'm dry. These things are working well. So I can't even imagine what depth it is out there. You know, I'm only 40, 50 feet in, and it's already up to my waist. So the water level has been rising throughout the entire day that I've been shooting this footage. And places that you could drive, you can no longer drive. In, around the fields, and roads are closed. We will not be intervening in any of this process of the water coming in. We're just gonna let nature do its thing, and the water will recede as the river level goes down. We won't be pumping anything out. Yeah, it's a lost cause until the river's lower. Have you done that before?
Oh, we've tried building dams and pumping water out before when we've had crops planted, and it's a lost cause.
Yeah, this is, you get what you get. I just wanted to show you guys what was going on in our cropland and give you an update on this flood. Hopefully we'll get our power back at the house and at the farm within the next couple days. There's a lot of people without power right now, so I'll get this video out as soon as I can. All right, here's just an update. We were driving through this earlier today, and right now I think it's like 3:30, 3:45 or something like that in the afternoon, and the water, that road is completely gone here, and the water is just streaming in. Look at that coming in there. It's a lot of water. So the water level is still rising. I think it's gonna come up another 1.5 feet or so. We did get some evacuation notices here on the corner, but we'll see what happens. This is definitely the most water I've ever seen here. The river and the field. All right, so this is gonna wrap it up for the flood videos. It's gonna get dark soon, so I'm gonna say that this is probably the last update I'm gonna do today. And we'll see what happens tomorrow morning, but I'm gonna try and put this stuff together and get it out as soon as I can. So, yep, this is the flood of the Androscoggin River in Lewiston and Auburn and Durham, 2023. Today is December 19th, 2023.